Right, start the recording. Right, can someone clap for the audio? Larry, clap. Right, one of them will probably do. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. What?
The clapping
Wait,
to
are
sync.
you trying to sync it? Because
You
you need to do something on screen
You don't need to.
as well as us.
Do I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise
I
you'll
mean-
just have people clapping in the audio and think, so where does that go?
Yeah, you'll be mid-conversation. And maybe remember to include this, by the way. You'll be mid-conversation, and then you'll be talking,
Right.
and then you'll just hear a clap, and you realise you haven't synced it.
Ah, well. Alright, well, good evening, everybody. This is the
Evening.
Dibby podcast, as it will probably be named. I'm your host, Daniel Twyman. Go on,
You really go full on with your
introduce
entire
yourselves.
name, yeah?
Yeah.
Dox yourself within the first 20 seconds.
I can give you my mobile number if you want. Anyway,
My IP is...
so everyone else introduce yourself in similar fashion. Go on. Start in alphabetical order, beginning with Ben.
Hello everyone. Nice to talk to you. My name's Ben.
You almost said see you, but then you realised it was an auditory medium.
Trying to put me up on that one too many times.
It's going to be this shambolic of an opening every time.
Well,
It's
yeah.
only shambolic if you think it is, Larry. Shut up.
We haven't decided on...
Sorry,
Anyway,
Sorry, I can
I'll
do
leave
it
that for
again.
later, because that's Larry's topic.
Ben,
No, it's
Larry was
fine, it's fine,
implying
it's
is that
perfect.
we were shambolic. Alright, Brandon? Oh, I said your name. I've kind of
Yes, that is me. Yeah, that is me.
Introduce yourself
Oh,
first.
Brandon. My name is what he said. Brandon.
Brilliant.
It's my
moving
name.
on. Joe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'll do. Larry.
Howdy.
Right, brilliant.
I'm
So,
Larry.
You didn't say
Um, first topic, Larry,
haven't said your address.
were, you wanted to talk about the name of the podcast, which I feel like it's quite good to establish the name in the first episode. I think that'll be pretty meta.
Probably. It's just that yesterday, in the 30 seconds we spent actually thinking about this, the name went from bodily fluids.
I'm still set on
and then
bodily fluids.
wasn't
It
it
was,
Venus Boys?
it was Venus Boys, yeah.
Venus
We
Boys.
briefly had that.
Noel cranked that one out.
No, he didn't.
No,
Venus
no,
Boys
Nah,
was
nah,
my
that
idea.
yeah, that was Dan's.
No.
I think it was Dan when we were getting slashed in seed.
Stealing the credit of the black man.
Obviously.
Where's the ideas page gone? In the text
It's called
channels?
It's still there.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
just
it's
the other-
literally under general.
I
Fucking
don't.
some in it.
I don't see it. Oh no.
Dan,
Ignore me. Ignore
be
me.
careful. Your professionalism is showing.
Right. Okay, Larry.
I need to turn down notifications.
Name of the
Well-
of the chat.
Well, I didn't have any ideas going into this. I thought we could just collectively come up with ideas and then maybe agree on
was your
at the end.
topic. You don't have an idea. You just thought that we could have ideas.
No, he thought of the concept
It's
of
a
a
topic.
question. Yeah, like well,
I didn't bring anything to answer it.
let's be honest. We probably won't have decided the name by the end of this anyway. I don't have that much faith.
I want to make a case for bodily fluids.
I think that it will be misconstrued and people will think that we actually know what we're talking about.
Are
True.
I mean, one of us
One
does
of us
every
is
2
a
weeks
doctor,
when he
yeah.
appears.
If he appears, it's a very
If he appears.
I think bodily fluids is good. Obviously, Joe's cum, Noel's shit.
No, I'm not cum.
Go on.
I am ejaculate.
No, you can't be.
Both of
You
them.
can't be general ejaculate.
Yeah, man. Making big money
Can I-
moves here.
can I be spinal fluid?
Right, Larry can be spinal fluid. Brandon, what do you want to be?
I'm not too original, so I'll just settle with piss or sweat. Or piss and sweat. Those are the two that I've...
Ben, do you have
Caught
any
me.
particular preferences?
Blood.
Blood. That
You were
was-
fairly definitive
yeah,
with that
was
response.
quick and,
I mean, it's like a pretty big one, and it hadn't been chosen yet. So
can I be toe juice?
I thought you were already.
Isn't that a fungus rather than a
Something
fluid?
else.
Well, I wanted vaginal dust, but apparently that's
It's
not.
not a
Apparently that's
fluid.
not a liquid, yeah. Which I think
I don't
is,
think it
is fake liberal media, to be honest.
I think I think that's just.
We're too
It's-
early to be getting
Fuck
political.
you are down there, innit?
All right, okay.
Anyway, Dan, didn't you say you had an idea for the podcast name before you decided to start the bit about it being named Bodily Fluids?
No, don't make it sound like I had an
We had,
idea for this.
it's a conversation we had before you started recording.
Can we not be the dibsters?
We could be the dibsters, but we'd have
What about the guys?
we could be the guys.
Taken. But unless we have a temporary name, overtake them in subs,
How
and then change our name to that.
How about we be the men's?
The Mandem. The
So
Mandem.
this is probably definitely getting a little bit too insidey. Right, should we have a first?
I mean,
topic?
we need to make inside jokes for this,
Well, no,
and then we
you
can
have to
reference them.
create.
Yeah.
Right, should we have the first topic? Right, Larry. No, Joe.
What? No, not me.
All right, okay. Brandon.
All right, so you'll be happy to know I take this very seriously. Right. I've thought about the idea of a podcast for a little bit. It was my idea. I want that on the next one.
Yeah, classic.
So
Who's the...
we were told we wanted to bring up topics, and I didn't want to forget any because I had so many ideas. So I got a little notepad page here.
Oh no.
And it's got one word, and only because it's all I see on Twitter. It's just cyberpunk, to be honest. I'm a gamer. We're gamers, and I couldn't think of anything else.
So your
I've still not finished it.
whole topic is.
You haven't finished. I mean, it's a work in progress. I mean, I'm on the
Yeah,
second
it's
line.
what it
It's
is.
not. It's not.
Have you seen that they've been sued twice now? They're facing their second class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
for not delivering on goods?
I
Well,
think it's stupid.
Do you reckon it's something to do with how they didn't allow any review copies for like the PS4 or the
No,
Xbox
I
One
think
before
it's
they?
no. I think they're all because it's not fit for. Like it's broken promises and things like that, and it's just not running on.
False advertisement, isn't it?
Older
Yeah.
gen.
And
Hmm.
it's just
Yeah,
not
it-
running on consoles.
Yeah.
It's nothing like the trailers, to be fair.
No.
At all on anything. But the thing is, I forgot what point I was going to make. Give me a second. Oh yeah, the thing is, I love how I've seen so many people saying how like it is. Fuck me. Words.
I will.
Great start.
I believe.
It's not the first bug infested game that's been released.
No, if you look
To-
at any
and-
Bethesda game, like
Yeah, but so many of these lawsuits, quote unquote, are occurring to this when a lot of other games have, like, I didn't encounter too many bugs, and definitely maybe a single game breaking bug I encountered once.
yeah,
But then you look at an easy target like Fallout 76, which did not function.
The game was
I
a
feel
bug.
like
Yeah,
that
I
game
don't
got
have another
slammed
point.
as well. I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like everyone's losing their mind over Cyberpunk, and it's the
I-
devs.
I do
They've
agree.
released videos where they're like, "Yeah, we fucked up. We're gonna fix it," and then everyone's still like, I don't know.
Well, it's the internet, isn't it? No one's got any patience.
"Yeah, true."
Silence.
Right.
But did you see that post going around about how, like, one person was like, "I've waited 8 years or something for this,
Yeah.
and now I'm literally in tears at the state of
Yeah.
this game." I'm paraphrasing, but he was fairly adamant
Yeah.
that they were crying, but it was also a Redditor, so probably making it up.
I mean, I've cried over many games before, but I think having one.
Oh, that's a topic. That's another topic. Have you guys cried at any pieces of media? Got to show our weaknesses early, apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna say very early. Jesus. All right, go on. What have you cried about? Oh, Ben. Oh,
Yeah, Brandon. No. Brandon should answer the question first because he asked it.
Oh, fair. Years ago, when I watched Molly and Me, yeah, that. I mean,
Ooh.
come on now, right?
Straight in the field.
The movie Babe, but the second one where the disabled dog dies. I'm fairly certain that happened.
it's really.
Oh yeah, it was like
anti-
it was Babe. It was
He just
Babe
rolled
2
out the conveyor
in the
belt at
city.
this point, didn't he?
I heard about that.
Yeah, all I remember, I don't know if a disabled dog dies, but I know it's very sad.
He gets
and
hit by a
something
car,
happens to
man.
Was that before or after it was disabled?
No, it was disabled, then he got hit by a van, I think.
That's
I
hilarious.
mean, it explains why it was,
In the road. It was the saddest thing I've ever watched. Scooting around on two wheels, man. Bicycle dog, he was doing bits.
Nah, I was gonna say tricycle, but then realised it had 2 legs, so it must like be quad bike.
All dogs.
Of a dog.
Yeah, but he only had 2 legs, so he was a bicycle dog.
Bi-leg bicycle.
2 legs, 2 wheels. It makes sense. He's got a point.
Mixed race, bro.
Mixed race.
It had a little red jacket on as well, I think.
I think it did, yeah, it won a bit.
The end of the show, person of interest.
Nice. Who was
can't
the person ruled ultimately interesting?
Knew you were going to make that joke. No. I don't know, I just thought it's a really good ending to a series. I slightly teared up at Red Dead Redemption 2.
Cringe.
Still haven't finished that game.
Cringe.
Yeah, because I got the bad
a great
so there's
environment.
nothing
Someone's
to cry about.
spilling their soul over what media they've cried at, and everyone's just like, "Oh, that's cringe."
I mean,
I appreciate the spilling my soul, Ben. I appreciate that bit.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. That's all I can really think of at the minute. I'll get back to you.
Thank you.
Because there's definitely something else I'm probably forgetting.
Ben, did you have some media?
It's well, I had I had a couple of things. I used to like cry at basically everything I watched, and when I was like a child, and then I went through a phase where, and then I just suddenly stopped doing that when I'd like reached my teens, and then I started crying at everything else. No, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
You started crying at everything else that you cried at before.
I prefer the idea that Ben cried at TV shows, and one day he suddenly stopped, and then one day he suddenly cried at everything that wasn't TV shows. So his parents were like, shit, he's crying. Put on CBBS.
No, CBBC and put on Ooglies.
Or is it Hack of the Dog?
Right. That was my childhood right there.
Hacker and Dodge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah, man.
It's all about Nev the
dogs.
bear.
What?
Woo! Talk about
That is an edit right there.
Anyway,
You think
You know what
anyone's
else
going to
got
edit
for-
this, Joe?
Uh-oh.
I mean, I will.
you
I will.
said your full address in the beginning of it, so I'm hoping
Yeah, I've got exactly
Brandon,
that.
I'm recording it.
Yeah, but I'm recording it too.
What, so we're going to upload 2 different versions of it?
Randall's
No,
trying
I
to be
just-
famed, Dan.
Am I being dethroned
just-
as
Yeah, man.
No,
as the
I'm
leader of
offering.
the Bodily
I'm
Fluids
offering my
podcast?
services to edit.
Well,
Boom.
you've been denied.
I mean, we've
What,
all
have I
seen
been
Dan
stopped?
doing.
Mate.
You have been stabbed.
You have been
You've been stopped.
sit down, shut up. Sorry.
Are we going? Should we go
Right.
back on topic?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Holdmaster. Good.
All right,
segue.
so Joe, I'm guessing you are a hard bastard and you have not cried at anything.
Genuinely, I don't remember anything off the top of my head.
For me, I haven't cried at TV or film. It's been books.
Ugh.
Shut
Yeah,
up,
no.
dickhead.
No, I've
Cringe.
Exactly. Thank you, Ben. This was this was called. The book I cried at was Robin Hobb's Fool's Fate book. Because
Book in the title.
no, it was book 9 in a very long series of books that I'd finished reading from start to finish,
The German
like
one.
in one sitting. No.
No
The,
books.
the British number 9.
Oh, okay.
Brexit 9.
I finished that, and something sad happens at the end, and it made me a little bit teary.
Fair.
And
I mean, I
then,
can't relate, so I
Pussy.
don't cry.
other than that, no, not at media. Everything else, though.
You and
Yeah,
Ben
everything else.
just walk around crying.
I'm crying right now.
I cried today at Minecraft.
Why?
Why? Because you can't RTX it.
Yeah, no, but just the music of Minecraft when it hits, it's not like a sadness cry.
Did you actually cry?
Well, no,
it's very nice, yeah.
I was smiling, mining away. It was the song came on. I was talking about how much I like the song, and
Talking to yourself about how much you like the song.
maybe I'm playing with my other friends actually.
Oh wow!
I
Oh,
paid
wow,
20
dear.
quid for Realms. That was going to be my topic. Well, we'll do it after this.
It's a good segue.
Spoilers.
It is a good segue, but I have to talk first because it's about me.
Well, then you should have
of
said it at
course.
the end.
So, the only things I've really cried at is Short Term 12, which is a film, Annihilation, which is another film, and
That's a good movie.
Under a Scarlet Sky, which is a Pogu book. If anyone knows, it's
I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to
it's
say
uplifting.
Scarlet's Web.
I've also cried at In the Night Garden. That's when Macapaka.
True.
When
Mate.
Macapaka.
When he took that bullet for Iggle Piggle. Oh,
He
Gone
said-
down in the
he said, "Get
streets."
down, Mr. President." And then the train men or whatever the fuck. Anyway,
the Minky Nonks.
the Minky Nunks. That's it. What? Then the Dinky
That
Donks.
sounds like a slur.
It does.
It
But
does.
honestly,
Like-
right? Watching In the Night Garden now, the entire show sounds like one just long racial slur. It's like Macapaka and the Ninky Nonks.
Like if you said that with enough conviction, I'd be convinced that it was a slur.
You Ninky
Cancel
Nonk.
it. Cancel the show. No, you can't be saying these things.
Right, segue.
Right.
Minecraft Realms. So,
Mhm.
it is a
What is
it is a
Absolute scam.
It's
Absolute scam.
absolute scam.
What is Minecraft?
So
Realms?
Minecraft Realms
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a server that you pay for.
Yeah, you just rent a
have
server,
up
don't
to
you?
10 friends.
One of you.
so I was trying to get my whole friends to play Minecraft because they were all talking about it. So I bought a server. Mike, it wouldn't let me buy it at a monthly. So monthly, it's £5.59 a month, which is it's decent, but it's not the best.
It's about the same as an Amazon Prime subscription.
Yeah, I mean, you can
So,
you can
yeah.
chop it off. You can just stop paying it for a couple of months if you don't want to play anymore, can you?
Yeah, but I couldn't get the subscription one because my bank wouldn't let me get the subscription one. So I paid £19 for 90 days, which is a bit of an oof. And then it turns out 3 of the people who told me they had Java actually had the Windows 10 edition, so couldn't join, and then refused to pay the money to get the
Yay.
Windows 10 edition.
Yay.
Why are there 2 different versions of Minecraft that you can't cross-platform with? It's
Because
so
Super
stupid.
Chain sold it to Windows, but still have their own version.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
I
It's
think that's something they'd work on. They
Well, just-
managed to
Yeah.
get the PS4, Switch, and Xbox One crossplay.
yeah, well, no, that's the Windows 10 one. You can have computer, all of those people together.
Yeah. Play cross-platform on the Windows 10
so
one.
stupid. But yeah, that is my topic. It's not a topic. It's me ranting. So
It's your seething at Minecraft Realms.
it's fucking 19 quid.
It doesn't make any sense. That's ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, right, as I
Here we go.
I bought it, and then the person was like, "Oh, we should have just gone on a server." You don't understand the boiling, burning anger I felt.
To pop the top of your head.
and
Yeah.
burning.
Because I'm guessing you wanted to play Minecraft and just play Minecraft. And
Yeah. But
Because
you know,
there's
Chill.
plenty of servers out there. That
I've
can
got
just
room for
do
you
that.
boys if you wanna pop on.
Mate, I'll re-download it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll do
I
that.
think I've still got both versions of Minecraft on my
I
computer.
think because Fraser and a couple of the whole friends are on it right now, but fuck it, who cares? All right, next
Are they on
topic.
your server that you paid for?
Well, yeah, I invited them, Larry.
Ridiculous.
Well, I'm not
ridiculous.
Imagine getting social credit points for that.
All right,
Joe,
Come on then, Mr.
Joe, your time has
What?
come.
What, me? No.
all right, Ben, did you
Not
have
a
a
topic.
topic?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't have anything on mind, to be honest. No. I mean, I could improvise.
Go on, give it a good improvise.
Go on. Yeah.
I could talk about some of the music I listened to this week.
Ooh,
Uh,
that might
without
be
Go ahead. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Gangster.
So I'm just on my thingy. Trying to
Sweet.
think
Cut
of-
this. This
Yeah.
is why I'm recording, Dan. I can cut this to the point.
No, we need
Oh,
the
yeah,
dead time.
That's fine.
I re-listened to my favorite album yesterday, just to double check if it was still my favorite, and it is.
Nice.
Can you name said album?
Did you?
The album is called. Sorry, what?
No, you go.
No, sorry. It's called it's in
Love that.
Icelandic, so it's a bit difficult to pronounce. It's called Algætis Björn, and it's by Sigur Rós. It's released in 1999. It's this kind of this really like it has these like really grand instrumentation, like a mix of kind of traditional like rock guitars and instruments like the violin. And it creates this kind of humongous soundscape, but at the same time it's also quite a very intimate and kind of modest album at the same time. It has two different variations. There's just one of the reasons why I like it so much.
I wish I could describe music that way. All I think is it's loud and aggressive. I'll take it. It's loud and aggressive. I'll add it to my playlist.
Yes.
No, that's valid. Yeah.
I do like how you like second guess yourself. Like, is it my favorite album? Like, do I even like it anymore?
Well, not like it. I just have a lot of music I like. So yeah.
But now
Who can relate?
do not.
Me.
Swiftly moving on. Does anyone else want to talk about the music they've listened to recently?
Sure. Well, I've kind of described it, but yeah, I realised over the last like year and a half, like when I was growing up, I always used to like listen to the edgy music, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit for a time. I look back on those.
Sorry.
No, I mean you're not far off.
Many people say I looked a lot like Limp Bizkit.
The
I get
man,
told I look like
Limp
Meatloaf.
Bizkit. Not Fred Durst.
No, the Limp Bizkit.
The
I'm
Limp
pretty sure it's just a Limp Bizkit he sings.
It's just a biscuit you put in your teeth for too long and it's broken off.
That's a soggy biscuit, isn't it?
We're playing Icky Cookie.
Oh, we're not playing Icky Cookie. Anyway,
that doesn't sound great.
But no, it's fine. You can go along without knowing about Icky Cookie.
Can he?
Yes.
How about podcast Icky Cookie?
No.
How would that work? Just everyone on their own.
Yeah.
What's the punishment?
Well, no.
How does that work?
Well, punishment is I come to your house.
I mean, is that a punishment though?
True.
Lockdown
Sugar
time.
cheeks.
Yeah, you can't come. It's locked down. You're not allowed.
Or every man just immediate enema. If you come.
Legal.
An enema.
I think enemas should be used as
What is your fascination with enemas recently?
I just
we were having that whole conversation. We're having that whole conversation about marathoning the Fast and Furious movies, all 18 hours of them.
Yeah.
And you
18
kept
hours, 11 minutes.
with enemas. You kept threatening us with enemas.
So has anyone
Well,
here
say threat.
enemaed themselves?
No.
No, I've never had the need to.
Ben,
Have you been enemaed?
you've been suspiciously quiet.
Okay.
You just off there for a cheeky enema. Ben, have you ever enemaed yourself?
No.
Why not?
Thought about it.
Just never had the desire to, surprisingly.
You not been congested?
Traffic jam.
Usually I'm congested of the nose when I have a cold.
I
feel like-
you should try. Try.
I feel like
How about for assignment for next week, all of you enema
No.
yourself, and we can
No.
talk about it
have
next
you
week.
enemaed yourself?
No,
I don't
thank
have-
you.
I
I'd
don't
never
have
do
the-
it. Never.
I don't have the instruments to enema
You
myself.
can do it with a shower head.
Why do you know this?
Just unscrew the top, stick it up.
Unscrew my
feel like-
anus.
No,
I
unscrew
feel
the
like that
shower head.
entirely. It depends entirely on your water pressure though.
Well, yeah. Well, no,
True.
trust me. When you constrict it up there, it'll create enough water pressure, Larry. A friend told me.
A friend.
Told you,
a friend.
did
Mhm,
he?
mhm.
Is that friend Mr. Showerhead?
No, but I'd never do it.
Cat.
So as I was saying, I was talking about music I've been listening to.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So I grew up with like Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, all of these
You grew
kind of
up
bands.
with them.
I grew up with them. I lived nearby. And I didn't fall off listening to that kind of music, but I just my music taste got more varied. I am genre fluid, as we all know.
Yeah.
Expand the
Thank you,
genres.
Spotify, for teaching me that. So now my playlist is just an amalgamation of like 200 different genres or something.
Nice.
I didn't know there was 200, but again, according to Mr. Spotify, it is.
Yeah, I think
but
there's
no-
700 genres I listen to.
Oh well, it's not a competition.
But if it
Uh,
was,
So like I was saying, in the last year or year and a half, I like found some much heavier songs than even I used to listen to, and I thought, oh, I don't like this.
Yep.
And then like a couple of months later, for some reason, the same song found its place on my recommended. It found its place. It was destined, and I listened to it, and I thought, I really like this, and now I just I don't listen to many genres anymore. It's just what is referred to in the scene as metalcore.
metal.
Is that like Bring Me the Horizon kind of stuff, or is that a different genre?
It's sort of like they used to do more of that style, of which I don't like.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But like newer newer bands in that genre, I do, and it's gotten interesting when it's juxtaposed next to this fucking Sonic soundtrack every now and then
Nice.
when it
That's
comes on.
Spotify. Oh.
Oh, well, no, I think we might be talking about YouTube playlists. Not
sorry,
the point
YouTube,
I was
yeah.
particularly making, but
Sorry,
no, it's fine.
sorry about that. Yeah.
But,
Unforgiven.
recently,
You're off the cast.
I've been listening to a artist or band called 9 Inch Nails, which is I'd heard
Yeah,
of
man.
a lot.
They've got some good songs then.
That's really inconvenient.
What,
Hang on,
else?
do a gag
Nails,
about 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you idiot. The 9 Inch Nails is what they used to hammer coffin downs with.
What, with
The more you
someone's
know.
nails?
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna fucking slam a nail in your head.
It's okay because my point's almost over. So I was like listening to some of their older stuff, which is sort of like industrial rock, that kind of thing. I say that kind of thing because I don't know other terms. But I listened to like their newest one, and it's just very quiet and ominous, but somehow relaxing instrumental music, and I love it.
Right.
And I don't. It's just such a juxtaposition, big words. And I don't really have a point now that I've ended. So
Well, that's the music you like. Yeah. Or you've been listening to it. Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. I just want to ask you guys a question.
is this about your fart music?
No, it's not about music anymore. I've moved it on. It's
Segway, Brandon. Segway.
Have I been stopped?
Well, no, you'd finished, had you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, good boy. In your place. Shut up. Are we a political cast? That's the question I pose to you.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
I
Can
feel
be.
like we
And you
can
thought
be.
you thought I was coming in hot with what movies have you cried at?
Well, no, I think a group of 5 white males have, I'd say, the best and informed views, and people need to hear our voice.
I got the bad feel about this.
That's just
I
what I was
mean-
thinking. Like,
I mean, my answer to what you just said depends on where you go with this in the next few seconds.
oh my god! Sorry, continue. I moved my.
It goes
leg
to your
and the whole
cock.
thing cracked. Oh.
I mean, I feel like we could be political. I just feel like, I feel like we can. I just feel like people need to not make jokes, because if you keep making the sort of jokes that I know you like to make, we might get into trouble.
What, the women sandwich machines?
Yeah, those ones.
Those aren't jokes, Larry.
Oh, I'm with the wrong crowd. Oh god.
Larry, the thing is, right, people aren't going to be listening. The reason we're doing this is so I can...
Yeah, no one's gonna watch this shit, man. Come on.
So
They might listen though.
They could listen.
True.
If I allow them. We're going to be on SoundCloud, I hope you know that.
Gang.
We're going for
what a
SoundCloud,
Spotify.
are we?
We're going for everything. Everything.
I'll put it
Where's
in my
my
Facebook
Spotify
bio.
deal? What Joe Rogan got?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so if we are political, why aren't you guys vegetarian?
I like meat in my
I
mouth.
barely eat. Of what I do eat, I barely eat. I'm a very fussy eater.
Because of the impacts that it would actually have on the environment.
What, being non-vegetarian?
If everybody became vegan or vegetarian and we stopped eating animals, the damage that it would actually do to the earth to turn all the fields that the animals live in to agriculture fields would be larger than if we just left them as animal fields.
No, it
and
wouldn't.
whilst
No, it wouldn't. Sorry, but that is I think that's an argument that like people who hate vegans use that is deeply flawed. Larry,
think-
do you know what animals eat to get big?
yes,
Food?
Dan, I do.
Yeah, they eat grass and food and whatever. Animals eat more green vegetables than humans do. If all animals, as in, let's say we stopped eating like beef and cattle. Oh, he's typing. He's typing.
Googling. He's Googling.
I'm putting songs on. I'm putting songs on for myself. Come at me.
But yeah, we would be in a better place.
I think realistically you can't make everyone go vegan or vegetarian, but what you can do is decrease the amount
Kill
of meat
them.
you have in your diet.
Well,
If genocide, genocide works.
I don't.
I think that's what we have to do.
Genocide, just kill.
Is
no,
just
but
murder
every
everyone, man.
person who isn't white, because
okay.
black people eat chicken. No,
Can't include that.
I take back my statement of
That
we
is
should be
so going in.
Guys, did you guys hear that beep that just came from Dan? It's weird. That.
Yeah, it's odd.
Just like a beep, almost like a sensor. It's weird.
we're in
Anyway,
a
continue.
podcast. We say the things that people think.
No, but we
Well,
say
they
things
think
that
and then
the
say-
people aren't ready to hear yet.
Well, no, they think and then say,
you
"Oh
know
God,
what?
I hope I'm not on a podcast and say that."
You know what, Dan? You can edit it, yeah.
No, what we're doing, Brandon, is we're aging with our audience. You know.
I can't believe you said that after you've said your address as well.
So,
You're getting murdered.
I smell anthrax.
but what's going to happen, right? So the people are going to find, obviously we're going to become world famous, obviously.
Obviously.
They find this at age like 15,
Almost
14,
without a doubt.
when edgy comedy is, for them, it's the best thing in the world. As we get bigger, obviously I'm not going to be able to say, things like that,
Cancelable things.
Cancelable content, the CC.
Yeah.
Well, you want to be a lawyer, don't you? So if they ever find this podcast,
Tell people what I want to do.
True.
They might find
I mean, it's what you want. It probably won't happen.
Oof.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
That's true.
I'm sorry. You're a very smart person. That I
Dan,
actually
get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Well, I do study at Hull, 64 Lambert Street, HU5 S2H.
Where's my pen?
No, just wait for it to come out. Wait for this to come out, and then we got
Now
it.
that is a double dock.
that's a On that note, so did I tell you guys about how they found
Hang
poo
on.
in my...
Before we move on, can I just say?
Larry's been on Google.
No, I haven't. I was
It's
talking
on
to me
Google
on the...
Maps.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dan's house. I was talking to my brother earlier today, and he made an interesting point
Wow,
of
just dox yourself. You've got a brother.
okay, as we leave the EU, the European
God.
Union.
This is it.
No. It's not. It's on topic. You'll understand. He said that it's a possibility that we could start having things like they do in America with chlorinated chicken and lower quality of meat. And he said that if that happens, and
Who said?
my brother,
Professional.
I realised I tuned out halfway.
Brandon's
he
just
said
gonna sleep.
he said that if that happened, he would become vegetarian, and I reckon I agree with him because I feel like it's whilst I enjoy eating meat, I probably could eat a little bit less of it. I also feel like if they start using lower quality of meat, it's going to mean lower quality of life for the animals, and then
for us as well. If we're eating low quality meat, we're not going to live for as long.
Well, exactly. It increases the chance of like heart issues and other things that are linked with poor quality meat,
I think
and
we'll
like
have to
diseases and things like that.
start getting British produce in supermarkets. like they have at the moment. You know, they have like the cheap shit, and then they have the homegrown stuff, British
yeah.
stuff
all
next to
we're
it. It's a bit
asking
more expensive.
is just British for the British.
Or
Sorry.
support your local butcher.
In it, butchers. I reckon if you're gonna buy meat, go to the butchers. I think it's
Buy
always a
local.
better bet,
That's what you need to do. You need to buy local. Support your local businesses.
especially in these trying times.
Yeah, trying times indeed.
I hate these trying tribes.
Look, these tribes are trying, all right.
They do be.
But yeah, I feel like I agree with him, and I would go vegetarian if it dips. I personally enjoy eating meat, and I will try and cut down on it. But like,
Yeah, we need to.
it's good shit though, isn't it?
I'm
Lot of
a little
methane.
bit fucked because I have a massive aversion to vegetables. But
Dan, you just
Oh,
don't.
I've
you
heard
just
stories
you
about
just don't
this.
eat food, you weirdo.
it's just I can't do textures. I can't have textures.
Oh, is it the
combining-
textures? You know what, Dan? You know what you should do then?
What?
Soup. It's all one texture.
No, I don't.
Mm.
No, because soup's got bits in it. Soup has
Nah,
bits in it. I
no,
don't.
To be
it doesn't have
fair,
soup.
I'm with Dan here. I'm with
man.
Dan here.
Also,
When it comes to texture and bits, I'm
Yeah,
with
but
him there.
you can make your own soup, and you
No.
can just blitz it incredibly fine, or pass it through a sieve.
Well, but the thing
and
is,
then-
I don't really like the taste of vegetables as well. It's kind of a double whammy. But the
Double
thing is, right,
entendre.
so what I
It's
do
not.
when I eat food, I have like ramekin dishes and I split. I don't have sauce touching anything. I can't have sauce on things. I don't like sauce. If I have sauce, it has to be dipping.
You're an OCD Andy.
I thought it was Joe with the autism, honestly.
What the fuck?
But yeah, that's my
And you,
that's,
next point.
next point.
Segway.
Yeah.
Is there a next
Assuming
point?
we have one.
Uh-oh.
So Dan, you were
Probably,
speaking
somewhere.
about shit in your house or something like that.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
that someone left shit in my garden at my student accommodation.
Like a whole log,
So
or like
someone took a shit in a
Chocolate log.
bag and then put it in our back garden, which is a gated thing. So they would have to, like, it's like a Tesco bag.
Because I don't just tuck it over the.
yeah.
You know, they did, but no one knows why. There's just a shit there.
hole.
This is the second story you've told us about someone shitting in a bag.
Yeah, what about the,
and putting it in
This is-
someone
this
else's-
is-
Yeah,
this
this is
is-
true.
This is the
What about one
same
in
story.
London?
I'm just saying it for the podstack.
Oh.
Oh
dear.
right.
Oh,
I thought you said the other one was
oh.
in London and someone shat in a bag and put it in your mate's
no,
bag.
I thought he was living in London. No,
Oh, right.
Actually,
he's
your
at the
house
Hull
in-
accommodation.
Gee, dox him, why don't you?
You see, right? What I think
He's gotta
it
turn
is.
his garden. Go get him.
What I think it is that you know how there's been a couple of people messaging me for help on the essay, and I've not blanked them, not said sorry I can't help, but actually done the opposite and given them all the wrong advice on purpose. There's
This
one
was a
guy I
targeted
know
attack.
who would probably definitely he has the capacity to have
What,
put
to
that shit in
drop
my,
a
in my
log?
back yard.
This was a targeted turd, Dan. That's
I
what's,
think
that's what's
if
happened
another turd turns up, then
here. You're gonna start your investigation.
Yeah, it has to be done. I'll get the Sherlock Holmes clay pipe.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the coat for it, don't you? You've got the Luther coat, so
Yeah,
you can
I've
just
got
stick
the
that
Luther
on
coat.
and then pretend you're going to throw yourself off a roof or something.
I'll get a
Oh.
6-inch blade.
Rainbow Six reference for anyone who doesn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, for the Chinese people listening. You
Oh,
don't,
In
have,
Evolution's reception.
you don't have games over there. Apart from Mao Simulator.
What, Hoi 4?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hoi 4, but all you can do is play as China and win. If you do anything else. I fucking love all those Roblox memes of where it's like someone in China having a political thought, and it's the kid screaming as a Roblox character gets shoved in the back of a van. Right. Anyone else got any dying topics?
Have you seen that hornet with massive tits going around?
Oh, the
Sorry.
yeah, the Hornet. Or what was
The
the other name
Hornet.
for it? What was the other name for it? Oh, it was something bee related.
Right, while Larry thinks about
Busty
this.
Bee?
Oh,
Busty
well,
Bee, that was it.
Busty Bee. Well, I'm familiar with these sorts of images, of course.
Yeah,
There's
depraved psychopath.
a good subreddit if you're interested by Busty Bee or Hornet called r/insects in sex. Yeah. which is
I'd rather not.
which is full of.
I made a mistake. Google imaged Busty B. And it's Who's that? Dan, get off Google.
I need to have a look. Bruh.
Oh, I've just gone on that subreddit, Dan. Ah.
Yeah, man, it goes big.
What was it called, sorry?
r/insects.
I'm glad I don't even have the curiosity to look.
There's another one called r/insect porn. Oh, please just be called pictures of bugs. Please just be called pictures of bugs. It's just called pictures of bugs. It's just called pictures of bugs.
Oh wow!
It's not sincerity.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Joe, it's a full way, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they don't hold back.
They
little bit
do
Craig.
not hold anything back.
Can we move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
Can we have the Eric Andre? We'll be right back.
I would have to edit this though. Okay, Ben.
Yeah?
Topic. Go on.
I can't think of anything right now.
I think that's a good topic.
The lack of thought.
What's the most lack of thoughts you've ever had?
I don't know.
Well, probably right now for me. Right now.
It can feel pretty exhausting. Like, I don't know.
I understand.
Sorry, my train of thought. Yeah, I'm doing very well on him. Yeah, my train of thought just runs out.
I mean, you're making Dan a point.
He's making me into a
So,
That's the one.
So
yes,
Dan, what's
he's sharpening.
What's the least amount of thoughts you've had in your head?
There was one time when
But doesn't that negate the fact because you remember it?
no,
so
so,
therefore it's
so
important.
my dad died.
Right.
He
A
died.
straight, bold-faced lie. listeners.
So he was.
It's just not true.
He was in a court case. Basically, he had done 9/11. It was a secret one.
Right.
And the judge
The
was
secret 9/11 apart.
hammered down the gavel, but he slipped and then accidentally lunged forward and hit my dad in the head, and he died.
Right.
and
So he slipped in his chair.
Yeah, and in that one moment, I just had no thoughts. I didn't know. I didn't know what to think. You know.
Was the 9/11 as we know it a decoy for the 9/11 that your dad actually pulled off?
The 9/11
Ooh.
as we know it is a precursor to the 9/11 as we will know it.
Ooh.
Is that a threat?
You will.
You will.
You will rue the day. So yeah.
Do you know what's interesting?
I've got.
What's
Well, I'll be the judge. Is that?
No, it
I'll
was
be the
really
judge.
stupid. Sorry, no, someone else.
Alright, I've got a basic bits question.
Go on.
What are there any games you guys are excited for coming in the next year or so?
Genuinely
Being outside
haven't.
again.
Yeah.
A whole game.
The game of social interaction.
Seeing how much I can drink before I die, that's going to be an interesting one.
Yes.
I
I'm not.
mean,
Are you planning on speedrunning it?
Yeah, man. life any percent speedrun, I'm on that.
I want to see 100% speedrun of life.
There's a video.
You just win at life. Oh, can you link at me?
Not
In
right
fact, no,
now.
don't link me anything. Don't link me anything.
Not right now because he's busy recording.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say something like, I don't know, the new Final Fantasy or God of War, but
God of War.
I guess I'm not.
Is that like a brand new Final Fantasy, or is it another remake?
Ben, they've-
Brand new.
They've
and
only
remake.
They've only
It's like-
ever made one, and it was the Final Fantasy. I don't get why
True.
people say like the 14 or 13. There was
course,
one
true.
game, and it was a man's Final Fantasy before he
Wait,
died.
what about Final Fantasy 13-2?
What?
That's like the opposite. In some countries they just exclude the 13th floor or the 13th seat on the plane or something because of superstition. So the Final Fantasy series does the opposite, and they just 13 part 2, 13 part 3.
you say that there were three parts of 13.
Oh wow!
So
They should have made it up to
Nah,
part 13 and then skipped 13 because of superstition. Just had everyone.
You You can buy just Red Dead Online. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, who
because of
would?
the money on
I want to know who. I want to know who
Who?
bought just
Exactly.
Admittedly, it is only £4.
Whose man?
Yeah, but you can get the full game and online for 35, which is way better. 'Cause,
True.
You know, you get the
True.
story. Also, I want to make a point that quote me on this. God of War will not be coming out this year.
No, probably won't.
It will not.
It
But
won't.
they've shown nothing other than an icon, a
think-
symbol for the game, saying it exists when we knew it already existed.
Yeah.
It's
Corona
not coming
slowed
out this
everything
year.
down, haven't it?
It's
So
probably not
can't.
coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying though, because the first one was so unrelentingly good.
I hope they bring it to PC so I can play it. I know it's unlikely, but I've got hope.
I mean,
Admittedly,
they brought
yeah,
Death
no,
Stranding and Horizon Zero Dawn.
I know what you mean, because I played God of War, and then like a week later my PS4 got taken away. I remember being like, I wanted to play that again.
Yeah,
The thing is, I have one complaint. Well, not really a complaint for God of War, and it's that it peaks too early with the Stranger fight.
I don't know, man.
Because
right at the beginning of the game.
yeah, it's really close to the beginning of the game, and personally, although I loved the rest of the game and especially that final boss fight, nothing. Maybe it's just because it was so unexpectedly good at the beginning with Stranger Fight, but nothing matched or beat that for me.
I know
Personally.
what you mean, but you're wrong.
I don't know who you're saying.
Well, okay, I played it on Give Me God of War, which was probably a
I know.
mistake, but it made every single fight I did like. But I don't know. I feel like some of the dragon fights or the Valkyrie fights were probably equal.
I know. I think they were good. It just didn't beat the Stranger Fight. In my opinion. I
mean,
think it's because
The Stranger Fight did have
I
spectacle, and that like you didn't know really what was going on.
yes. But it was like I bought the game on a whim. Like I had a mild interest in the original God of War games, and I didn't even know that the new one was supposed to be amazing. I think I just wanted a game that day.
Yeah.
So I got it, and then it was just so out of nowhere, and it was like and I had a massive smile on my face the entire time. It's like I don't know what's going on, but I love it the entire time. And yeah, I can't really think of anything else to add other than it was so unexpectedly good, and even past like when I was just like past a shock of all this is good, it stood up and was still amazing after that had worn off.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling, isn't it? Yeah, when you come across something that you really like and then you revisit it. And it
I
turns out
think
to be
that
this-
you're wrong. It's one of the worst feelings.
Show it,
Dan, how do you have such an ability to seize all momentum in any conversation?
Okay, no.
I don't know why we bother trying to do a podcast with you. You do this every day.
Yeah,
What-
get him out of here.
Get him out. I'm off the cast. What I mean is, I don't like that feeling because it's like such a sinking. Like a show's really good, and then when it ends, it's kind of like, right, the fuck do I do now? You know what I mean?
I think this is just coloured by your specific experiences of Peep
What
Show.
did you just call me?
You might be right there, Ben. You see, like, why would I watch anything else when I could just watch Peep Show every single day of my life?
How
Oh,
many
Dan, I'm
times have
sorry,
you watched it now?
I've started it. God,
It's got to be in like double digits, like 20, 30. The whole thing.
More than double digits. I was thinking maybe 10, 11, but no,
It's definitely like
20 to 30.
Yeah.
I've watched it I've watched like a couple episodes.
Right.
The issue is I've got distracted by a few things. I'm started watching House. For
Wow.
Oh, I like House.
Wow.
Look, man, House is such a good show. They throw dead babies at you in episode 4.
I want Peep Show isn't.
They do. They kind of do. Like they didn't know what to do with the body, so they just threw him across the room. I was really unexpected. It's a bit of a tone
Smith
shift.
opened
if you
the
ask me.
Up and
House, who's a cripple, picks one up and drop kicks it. Mad as shit. No, it's like obviously it's a serious medical show sort of thing.
Seems a bit
Obviously.
unrealistic to me.
I just wasn't expecting them to throw dead babies in at episode 4. I thought maybe they'd
stop using
maybe
words,
they'd
bro.
hold back a little bit. But no,
No.
dead babies right at you. I do plan on finishing Peep Show.
Yeah, you fucking better. Right, I've
Thing
got
is,
promise
I'd love to be able to just find a piece of media and just keep going through it and enjoy it as you do, like you do with Peep Show. I'm assuming since you've watched it 20 to 30 times.
don't even like
But
it.
like, I just can't rewatch something too much or barely at all before I start just not enjoying it, despite how good it might be.
Yeah.
Like after I'd watched John Wick 5 to 6 times, as much as I love it, it did wear off a little bit. I'll be
I
honest.
feel like that's because John Wick's about action, which can you? I don't know. I feel like when you watch that close to each other, you kind of like, right, I know what happens. If you know,
But
you know,
even with like comedy shows, I have difficulty doing that. Like I've probably watched Mighty Boosh the most out of any show, but it's like every couple of years that I go back to it. Like never in a relatively short amount of time.
I have watched that show quite a lot. That's all I have to say on the topic. It's for me. It's the Peep Show for that it is to Dan sort of thing. Like I've watched that a lot, so many times. I've bought it like 2 times at this point.
yeah, admittedly,
Which
but no.
admittedly in today's day and age isn't that much, but I have watched it a lot. It's my Peep Show.
Yeah, I can
as
tell
it
you
were.
what makes me come back to Peep Show, or why I find it so endlessly rewatchable. It just is. You know what I mean?
I mean, not particularly. That's what I was talking about earlier. But yes, I understand the sentiment.
Right, I've got one more topic, and then we can end. I shall allow it. Yeah, we've been going. Let me check. Yeah, we've been
50
going
minutes.
52 minutes. Yeah. Right.
Oh shit!
So, my sister is in year 9. So she's about to move to year 10.
Well, that's the wrong noise to make now that I think about it.
Oh my god!
So she's picking
Into year
options
10.
for GCSE.
Wow.
And what they have done some very questionable things. So
Go on. Go on.
at the school that she goes to, you can pick triple science.
Good job on that we all went to.
Triple science or double science, and it's just based on your English and maths grades. But if you pick triple science, you have to do a language. You have to do a language.
Really?
And if you're on double science,
Trying to get that
you can't do a practical subject.
qualification. What qualification is it you get for doing a language?
The English
like
baccalaureate.
Yeah, that thing.
Did you know after we were told in every single GCSE assembly that the EBAC was the most important thing in the world? Have you ever brought it up again?
No,
I didn't know it existed.
So
I didn't know it
I didn't
existed.
do a language.
I actually have one technically. I just forgot that I had it.
Technically.
Yeah, Larry, I think you turned
I've
up
passed-
to about 2 GCSE German lessons. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but I got a C though.
Fair dues, fair dues.
Finesse.
I missed one of the
Absolutely
exams.
finesse.
I did half the coursework, did one of the exams, missed one of them, and still managed to get a C. So I must have been half decent at German at some point.
At some point, not anymore.
But yeah, I just wanted to gauge your guys' opinions on that.
I think it's ridiculous because if you
it's like
if you want to do a practical career and you're being forced to do A levels and you want to pick something remotely involved, and you're like, well, there's no point in me doing triple science because it's just a stress that I don't need because I want to go into like I don't know car manufacturing or something. You're not going to want to miss out on having some form of practical exam, practical thing.
Yeah.
I just imagine you're talking things like DT, like design tech, design technology, or
It sounds
Read
like
that.
they're taking the choices out of the choices.
Yeah, they really are.
I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I think-
put it past the school we went to.
I
wouldn't put it
I
past them.
I wouldn't either.
I think lack of choice is one of the maybe not one of the biggest, but a pretty important, it's a pretty significant problem in the English schooling system.
Yeah.
I don't know.
completely
I
agree.
don't. Yeah, I don't like America's sort of schooling system has its own problems, but one thing you like that is good that's that
They're
like
all
all the way
dead.
up. So
Yeah, they have to build their
Made a
schools
shooting
like a
joke.
Call of Duty map.
that's it.
Explosive chemistry.
They genuinely do
one,
have their schools
one thing
built
they
like
do
this.
do pretty well is like allowing you to kind of allowing you to kind of study widely in like a whole
Yeah.
range of subjects all the way up to their universities even.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously that has its downsides as well, but I think I'd say that's probably better
Freedom of
overall.
choice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just me there.
Freedom to
No,
make your
I
own
agree.
mistakes.
I think that because in America you can do stuff like you can do car mechanics as a course, can't you? As
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
shop class or
some-
something like that. I think
Yeah,
they call it.
some
Mhm.
schools literally have garages in them.
Yeah, and I feel like for the people of our generation that want to do something like that, either become a mechanic or even something like more complex, like I don't know, like mechanical engineering. If you've got something like that and you've
Yeah.
done work with things like that, I think we would have a more happy students in education.
Yeah. No, I think Pink Floyd would disagree with you, but
What is it?
Yeah,
Another
but
brick?
I don't think you could just attribute to the happiness or equally unhappiness of students down to which subjects they choose, because it's, you can't just pin it on one singular thing.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I
completely.
feel like most kids have no actual clue what they're doing.
I mean, we can look at these free school meals that the
I,
Tories. are
I don't
giving
have
out.
any. I don't have any clue what I'm doing now.
I'm sort of just drifting at this point.
Brandon, come on, man.
I
We're-
wonder
me
if
and
you know.
me and you are basically doing the same thing, aren't we? Come on.
Do you two feel... Actually, does anyone in this call feel like the English education system has let them down in some way?
I do.
Probably, yeah.
I'd say I don't know. I'd probably argue that I'm equally to blame.
Yeah,
Thing is, it's somewhat, yeah. But
I think
like I do. I don't think this is a shock to anyone in this call. I do not like the school we went to.
no.
Like,
don't either.
I'm sorry to, I know, bit of a shocker,
It's a
but
bit of a shocker. Go on, Brendan. Sorry, I'll stop.
yeah, like I'm aware this is the case for pretty much everyone's. Well, if you're English secondary school, if you're American high school, of
If you're
where
American,
I
fuck off.
remember. I
Get your flag
remember
jacket on, lads.
a lot of.
Shh. Right, Brandon, go.
Sorry, I opened doors, so kind of just. I remember a lot of stuff that occurred while I was in secondary school. Almost none of it happened in the lesson. And the stuff that I do remember that happened in the lessons weren't to do with learning.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you completely. I enjoyed the experience, but not the education.
Ironically, it did get like 19 times better when it hit A level. At least for
yeah,
me.
that's very true.
Dan, I didn't do well enough in my GCSEs to go to A levels.
I didn't do half. I was ill for most of mine. No, I would have passed, but I was ill for half of mine. That's what I tell everyone. I was just ill. Which again isn't much of a shocker to anyone in this call.
I, despite my personal issues, managed to pass most of my GCSEs, and then I went on to A level.
Oh, wow.
Well done,
Uh,
mate.
Hey, it was a big achievement.
I'm being
um,
serious.
No, I know. I feel like the school ultimately let me down a little bit because they were sort of like, "Oh yeah, I didn't get any support other than we won't nag you about coming in." I'm like,
Sorry.
I had to.
Yeah, that was,
in a way,
that was
isn't
pretty
it?
much.
Well, no, yeah, but like for the mental issues and stuff, like it's not good to be nagged.
Yeah.
It's real, like a lot of pressure.
If there's
but
one thing that online learning, sorry, carry on.
I was going to say what I didn't get was any sort of other support than that. I didn't get any
No.
like,
Yeah.
here's here's what we're doing. If you feel up to it, just do this sort of thing at home.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Yeah.
Read this, go on this website. All I got was from the actual school was, if you feel like you're going to get behind, contact your teachers. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to be going to my teachers
Yeah.
as a child of fucking 14 and going, I've got issues, can you sort this out for me?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
as an adult I've been working for 3 years now, I wouldn't even think about it. That I'd be like, right, I'll sort this out myself. But
Yeah.
the school didn't actually say, "Here's a pack of information you need to read through. Here's this." For me, there were certain teachers that were very good that made sure that I was sorted out. But other than that, the actual school was shit.
Yeah.
When I was struggling, I didn't receive much support out of, "Oh, we won't nag you for not coming in."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Somehow managed to pass history.
Nice.
Fell asleep in most of the lessons. And for once, despite that being a pattern for me at the time, it was mainly due to the teacher in that one. Yeah. Oh, remember in computing when I fell asleep? Oh no, you don't need to remember. It happens so frequently that.
I miss computing. When I
do.
die, write on my tombstone that I actually ate my own homework.
I used to sit next to the teacher in my A-level psychology lessons, just literally sit back in my chair, cross my arms, close my eyes, and just go to sleep.
Oh, the exact thing happened to me, except the teacher shouted at me and told me to get out and wait outside.
I don't think my teacher noticed. I think they were just so used to me not wanting to be there. I was just like, I was asleep. Because there was one good psychology teacher. I had 3 separate teachers in 1 year. It's not my fault. That's just how the course was run. I'd like to point out.
Oh no! My biology one had we were fairly certain that the teacher was either dead or got done for a crime. Turns out neither of those were true, but.
Larry, I do remember
Shame.
me and you sat in the common room talking, and your psychology teacher came out of a room. So, "Larry, get in here now." And you're like, "Right, well, guess I can't skip this lesson then."
Do you know what I did later? I actually did technically skip that lesson because I went in, sat down, was like, got my papers out, and was like, "Right, I can have a nap." I fucking just fell asleep.
One of the things I remember from computing is that, well, I remember a few things from computing, but one of the things were, so, I was sat across from you, Dan, right?
Yep.
And on the behind you was a row of people, right?
Yep.
And
people, school bus,
school. Now that was on my end, I think. That was on my side, but.
They were
so.
up against the window. Windows.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was on this.
Yeah,
I was on the track near to the window.
I think I was sat on the same row as you. Then I can't remember.
To, something that rhymes with echo.
Mecca.
Yeah.
Mecca.
Ah.
He sat next to Mecca,
But
the Taj Mahal.
but I remember our teacher was talking to you there, and I just remember because it was sort of in my peripherals, right? Of just you talking to the teacher across from me, and then I saw the teacher turn around and you turn around, and I was like, movement in my peripherals. I wonder what's happening on that end. So I just turn to the right so I can see what we're looking at, and on the opposite end, it's just a certain person with a picture of the Twin Towers on their computer. and I have no clue what was that. I have no further context than that, and I want to keep it that way.
Who was this
It was
person?
so good.
Who?
I just remember.
I
don't think any words were
Was it Bosch Dean?
No.
Bosch Dean. Just put the name in the pod in the.
Yeah,
in
put it in the chat, man. Come on.
That's what it can be.
All right.
Finesse it.
So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why was that Bosch Dean?
His identity
Anyway.
must be protected.
So.
Bosch
And
Dean's
I don't
got
think
Twin
any.
Towers on his-
I don't think any words were exchanged between the person in question and the teacher. I think their eyes just met, and then they closed the tab down.
Yeah, they did.
Also, Dan, can you also in a similar situation? Dan, can you explain how did you get away with photoshopping Osama bin Laden on Photoshop in front of the teacher while they were standing next to you, and get away with it with, I don't think, a single remark from them?
You photoshopped your dad into a load of shit as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I photoshopped your son crying, saying, "I hate my son." I photoshopped your dad as a Nazi, crying again with the caption,
I remember that
"My
one.
son's
I
a
remember.
Jew." I vaguely remember that.
How
Osama
many
bin
years ago
Laden
was
thing.
this?
4, 3,
It was year
3 or
11,
4
year
years
10.
ago, wasn't it?
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
10 and
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that. I don't remember it that well. What did I do?
Well, I was doing fuck all else at the time, so I remember it quite well.
Was I just photoshopping Osama bin Laden? She walked over. Because she used to do the thing where every time she saw me doing something bad, she just went, and then went away.
I never told you to stop.
Yeah.
I assumed the sigh was enough.
Everyone else in the classroom, immediate on call, immediate discipline. For me, she just did not. She seemed to be unable to control me. Like, do you not remember? I used to, when she was teaching the class, I used to talk over her.
Yeah. Conversation was
I fully bullied the teacher.
Yeah, it was whoever you were talking to was the one who got shouted at.
Yeah, that was.
Oh. Yeah, no, I just mock her in front of everyone. No repercussions. I definitely should feel bad.
Everyone else got it. Everyone else just got rinsed.
Yeah, they did.
Do you remember when we had massive games of Pictionary?
Yes.
But we were not subtle whatsoever.
Or we used to do the thing where you'd go to the back of people's computer, plug your keyboard in, and then Alt F4 everything down.
Oh my!
3 hours of work lost.
Yeah, because people lost significant amounts of work in those lessons, or just not even a keyboard, just pulled out cables.
You pull the
like
internet
the
out,
Ethernet
and
cable.
it would cause the thing we used to program to immediately crash because it was so old. Also, there was a certain kid whose name rhymed with Bayub.
That's quite a good one. That's quite a good one.
He lives in the bayou.
He lives in the bayou.
In the bow.
He used to threaten you until you gave him his coursework. Like not till you gave him his coursework, till you gave him your coursework and helped him. But the thing, all you needed to do to get him to stop was just to shout protein at him. He was incredibly insecure that he was jacked, and I still to this day.
He was wide and short.
Yeah, but I don't understand. We used to just shout protein and gym, and he'd get so annoyed. Like, imagine someone mocking you, being like, "Oh, you're so muscly," and be like, "I hate you."
Because
Speaking.
we're all fucking teenagers, and you just get embarrassed about anything at that age.
True.
Speaking of the bayou, I remember in biology, I think, they asked if they could refill their water bottle, and the teacher went, "Yeah, sure." And then a certain other person named Labas,
Wait, Labas.
asked the bayou, asked the bayou to fill theirs up as well.
Yeah.
And so we went, and a couple of minutes later, he came back and he handed Labas his water bottle, and then there was a confused look between the two, and the bayou was smirking, and then everyone came to quick realization that he'd filled Labas's water bottle up with hot water.
That's such a good idea. That's so good.
That was years ago, and I still remember it because the look on Labas's face as he's just looking to his water bottle, to the bayou, back to his water bottle.
Wait, and
Trying to
didn't
figure out.
he try and tell the teacher and ask for him to go fill his water bottle up again, and she wouldn't let him? So he was stuck with the whole.
Yeah, I think something similar to that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this Miss Broken Gate?
No, Miss Broken Gay left about a year before we started doing GCSE. This was Miss.
I wonder if there's a pattern there.
Oh no! Interesting story about Miss Broken Gay. So we did.
I don't even know what this story
was in
is about.
year 8, I think. Year 8 computing, and we were doing Scratch games, which is like a programming. I think you'll know.
Yeah.
The little cat Dibby. So
Still didn't
Boris,
understand it then.
not Boris, sorry, Doris had just brought in.
No, we can't
Boris
use
is
Oh no, it's not his real
Boris.
name. Yeah, it's not his real
We
name.
can use Boris.
But he
I know,
brought
but I know
in.
we're talking about it now.
It was, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking anyway. But he brought in Minecraft on a stick, right? Not on a.
Oh, I remember this.
And I was
Just on a
playing it.
stick.
Yeah, it was just on a stick. I was
On
playing
a
it
branch.
in class. She came over. What are you doing? It's my Scratch game. This. And she went, wow. So I got to play Minecraft for a couple of weeks in computing. Absolutely god tier.
Sounds pretty good, to be fair. That sounds pretty good.
I'm just trying to think of what was. I like to imagine that this teacher knew that you were bullshitting,
But just didn't.
but
care.
just went along with it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've never had as much confidence as I did in an IT computing room.
Weirdly, neither did I. Like, I remember when we get the fucking VPN working sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we could.
I was watching John Wick. I was just watching John Wick.
That's fair.
Oh,
fair.
and Doris wrote an AI to replace his ex-girlfriend. That was a. That was an
No, he
interesting-
didn't.
Oh,
I
yes,
haven't
he
heard
did.
about this.
He
That
wrote
was a
the Ellie bot, where we
Yeah.
talked
I
to
mean,
Really?
that-
yeah, which was
Smelly bot.
it was
Okay.
smelly bot, yeah,
Smelly bot.
Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out.
stinky bot.
Stinky bot.
But yeah, and he bragged to everyone about doing it, and you're like, this is
Creepy.
I mean,
Extremely
well
sad.
done. You've coded a thing that when you type certain things into it, he's made
It's good type.
an Alexa that can't really talk back.
Just like he likes his women.
Oof.
Ooh.
Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out.
No, he likes his women sedated, doesn't he?
Yes.
That's what I heard as well.
Intoxicated
Thing
is
is,
the word I would
now
describe
that-
them.
Thing is, I was. We've gone on this. I was in this class as this happened, and I remember hearing about this at the time. But now I'm only just now registering how fucked that is.
Yeah, same.
Do
Like,
you know what's annoying is that was like one of the very crazy party, wasn't it? Because there was the whole
Yeah, I don't think I was
doing
there.
and borrowing thing that happened.
Oh, I was there.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
But I missed that. That was like one of the parties I
You're not
missed.
there?
No,
No, I think that was the one where we were stood in the doorway and I just fell over.
I think that was the party where I think it was me and Ginge just sat at the end. I think it was just us two awake at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and
Yeah,
we
it
look
probably
over
was.
and there's Boris, just
Yep,
uh
going at it. No, yeah, Boris.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're allowed to use Boris, aren't we?
yeah we are.
We're gonna have to cut this whole
not
segment
anyone we, anyone we know.
out. Talking about him.
I don't think anyone's going to find this. It's fine.
Be right.
How we link it.
That's asking for
Big
it.
chat about
Take it-
being
put it in
inactive.
the
for like
Detention
5
state,
months.
yeah.
Genuinely bets though bets. Because no one, the thing is, no one will have actually make it that far.
An hour and 15 minutes in.
I think
yeah.
we did a rant about video games like that. That's going to turn. Them
Yeah.
off.
True.
I remember. I just got
So
remembered.
Tamara,
as
if you're listening to this, fuck you. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck you.
Clip that. Send it to it.
I remember this,
Clip that.
I remember this story from primary school, which was awful.
You can
I know the. Wait,
Also, we should
okay.
probably end soon. It's like an hour 15.
Yeah, it's a story. It's a short
Well
one.
done, this is the
That
last
was
one.
we'll have to cut out. It'll just be 15 minutes at the end. Probably.
Yeah, true.
Ben, there's a reason I'm the editor. It's because it won't be edited. Sorry, Benny.
There was this person in my class at the time, and I don't know if they were in trouble or what. I think they were very in trouble for a very minor thing at the time. And I think this was in year 5. And he'd like gone out of the classroom because I think he had to go to like the headmaster office, right?
Right.
And
Glizzy Master.
and what happened was everyone else was just doing work at the time. I don't know what work we were doing. I think it was just sort of barely work. I think we was just talking to each other.
Yeah.
But after a while, he came back in. He came back in, he sat down, and then we kept doing work for about 5 minutes. And then we could smell something. And it smelled pretty bad.
I think I remember this.
I almost threw up a couple of times because it smelled so bad. And then I heard, like, it was people talking who already knew what had happened. And that person from before left the classroom, right? Turns out what had happened is while this person was outside the headmaster's office, right, had told him, I need to use the toilet.
Ooh.
And the headmaster said, no. And then he went, headmaster, I really need to use the toilet. I said, no. So I don't know if he'd shit himself while there or when he was in the classroom, which raises the question, if he shot himself beforehand, why did he come back? Or go to the bathroom?
And also, it raised a question if it was on the way back, why didn't he go to the bathroom beforehand?
Yeah.
Or just
Yeah.
fucking
Or
walk
if
home.
but surely if
Either
he had
way,
shot
he
himself,
shouldn't have come back to the
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah.
And the whole room, it was a bad one. The whole room. I because heat rises, right? I was on the floor. I was in the floor. I was on the floor.
Sliding along the ground.
Yeah.
And
And I remember, I wasn't the only one.
on the floor. Heat rises. Heat rises.
He rises. And I was just talking to someone else who was also on the floor. And he was like, I was like, what happened? And then he told me, and I was like, oh. And he came back with a change of clothes a little while after.
Nice.
And then
Subtle.
I don't remember anything after that. There's probably a reason why.
Too many fumes.
Absolutely.
It filled the whole room.
Oof.
Also, I'm on a tangent here, but I'm going on. This was the same year. Another quick one. I guess kids when they're younger just don't know how to function when they feel ill. Because
No.
we would do.
That would make sense.
This is in. Thank you, Ben. Well, I'm talking about. I think this was year 3. This was year 3, I think. In fact, I think the shit story was year 3 as well. Anyway.
It was a good story.
We were learning about.
Sorry. I'll be quiet.
No, that was good, Ben. That was good.
So we were all sat on the floor at the time. I think we were doing a unit about Egypt or something. I don't know why I remember that. It's the only thing I remember from year 3, other than the shit story and the story I'm about to tell. And it was just after break, and we were learning about something, and all of a sudden, someone just stood up in like the middle of the room, and everyone was like, "See," I think even the teacher was like, "What are they doing? Why are they standing up in the middle of the class?" And then a couple of seconds go by, and I call this the calm before the storm. He just threw up everywhere. He just threw up everywhere. Didn't help. That was just after break, after we'd all had milk.
Oh.
That wasn't any better. And all I keep thinking was, he had ample time to stand up and go out the room. But no, every now and then I flash back to just as that happens. Every now and then I flash back to it.
You see, I have a similar instance of that in the open day of Bapton, the school we went to. In a like an English open lesson, whatever they're called, a girl said to the teacher, "Miss, I feel sick." She went, "No, you'll be fine." And immediately as she had finished her sentence, she projectile vomited all over the classroom. And I remember like crying with laughter and being the only one who found it funny.
That happens a lot with you, huh? Sorry. Yeah.
Wow. And on that bombshell,
Back to the tent, back to the studio. We're
Back to
end.
the
Back to the studio.
right, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Will this
See
ever
you later,
get
gang.
Pardon?
uploaded, do you think?
Yes.